Hello, Liz here with Liz's Crafts, and we're going to do something a little different today. My granddaughter saw this at the Dollar Tree. It's a little trunk, and she liked it, and she wanted it for her Barbies. So we're going to go ahead and fix this up for her Barbie dolls. The first thing I want to do is get a wipe, and this is just some wipes from HEB. And then I want to have my melted chocolate apple barrel acrylic paint that I got from Walmart for 50 cents. I'm just going to put a little bit in the tray there, and I'm going to use it as a stain, and I'm going to get a little bit of it on my white. And then I'm just going to wipe it on the trunk. So we're going to have a brown trunk. And I don't care if it gets on the hardware, because I think that might make it look a little rustic. Maybe like it's old, it's worn. I don't know, we'll see. It won't be as bright, I don't think, as it was. I didn't think about it, but I guess I'll have to do the inside of the trunk too. So I think she'll be surprised when she comes home from school today and sees this in her Barbie doll house. I'm not even going to tell her. I'm just going to wait for her to see it. See if she notices. She probably will, because she notices a lot of stuff. And these are lighter in places because it's due to the glue that they put on there. And like I say, I don't care if it gets on the hardware. I think that'll just make it look worn or older. And I like that. I'm going to open this up to get that right there, up around the clasp. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the inside of the trunk. So again, I'm just taking my acrylic paint and dabbing it with my wipe, and then putting it on the little wood trunk. Now you can add a little bit of water to this, and maybe I should have done that. That way it wouldn't have been as thick, but I didn't. But it's probably a good idea to add a little bit of water to your paint. Before you dip your wipe in it, and that way it won't be as dark. And I think I'm going to have to take my brush and get in there, and when I do that, I'm going to get a little bit of water too. Okay, so I'm just going to put a tad bit of water in there. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, I'm just going to stir that up real good, and then I'm going to go ahead and get around the corner of the inside of this trunk. And then I'll go over it with my wipe. I think this just kind of speeds it up a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to go over it with my wipe. Again, your paint is not going to stick to this glue that's in there, so it's going to look lighter. but that's okay. Yes, the water helped a lot, so make sure you put some water in your paint before you start using a wipe on it. And then the brush, I think the brush helps a lot too, and then you can wipe it with your wipe. This just makes it go a little bit quicker, or should I say a whole lot quicker. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe it down with my wipe. And then I want to get the bottom part of my trunk because I want the whole thing, oops, not the right end, Liz, the right end. End with the brush. So I'm just using this acrylic paint as a stain. And then I'm going to go ahead and go around the hardware too. The wipe didn't seem to do as well with that. So the brush seems to do really well. So I'm just going to go around the hardware and on top of it actually with the brush. And even though this is for Barbie, we want it to look good. Okay. So I think we have it all here. And we are ready to decorate. Okay. So I'm just going to use my heat gun a little bit on this. It is a little wet because I want to stencil on it. So I want to stencil on the ends of it and on the top. And then we're going to put some leather on it. Okay, so the stencil I'm going to be using is just this old stencil that I had, and we're going to use this heart here. That's going to be on both ends of it, and then we have these cupcakes that we're going to do on the top. So the paint that I'm using is bright magenta, again from Apple Barrel. Got it from Walmart for 50 cents. And then I have my little dabber brush, because apparently the key to doing this type of stenciling is to have very little paint on your brush or on your dabber. So I'm just gonna try to take off as much of it as I can, and then I'm gonna dab it on to my stencil. And I'm just holding the stencil down with my fingers. You just want to make sure you get all the stencil portion pink. Ooh, and there you go. Isn't that cute? That's kind of a Barbie pink. So before I go to the other side, I want to go ahead and dry this because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, now I want to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. I want to hold the stencil down, get just a little bit of paint on it, take most of it off, and then just do a dabbing motion until I fill in the part of the stencil that should have paint on it. Okay. Uh-oh, it slipped. Okay, right there. Okay. I think that's good. Yep. And there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and well, I'm going to wipe my fingers first because I got paint all over them. And then I'm going to dry this side too because I don't want to mess it up. Again, I'm just going to use my heat gun. Okay, now I want to do the cupcakes on the top of the trunk. So I'm going to need a, well, I don't know if I need more paint or not. Maybe not. Let's just see. No, I think I'm good on the paint. Because you really don't need much paint at all to do this type of stenciling. And you want your brush almost to be dry. So it's like a dry brush. Okay. So here we go. Here's some cupcakes. And we got this heart on this end and this heart on this end. So I'm going to go ahead and dry the top of this so that I don't get, so I don't smear it because it looks pretty good. And then we're going to go ahead and put our leather on it. Okay, so what I did was I just took a little bit of leather that I had. It was from an old purse. And I measured the strips here and cut it appropriately. So we're just going to start hot gluing those on. So I'm going to do the ones in the center first. Because it does have indentations for the edges, but I'm going to do those last. So we just want to put, and I think I want to go all the way there. It doesn't really go there, but I think it would look better. And so you don't want to take it all the way down because otherwise you're not going to be able to open your trunk. And it looks like that got dry before I was able to get my leather on there. Let me add a little bit more glue and get that down. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. And then I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. So I'll probably only glue part way down, and then because my glue dried on the other one, and then I'll pick it back up. Okay, so we got that halfway down, or more than halfway, and we're just going to go to the end here. And then we're going to trim that off. Isn't that cute so far? Think Barbie's going to love her new trunk? I think she might like it. Okay, now we got two more. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go down the front part here. So let's do that. So I'm just putting a strip of glue on, and then I'm going to put my leather on. And I'm only taking my leather up to the top of the edge of the trunk. I'm not going on inside. So I'm just putting the leather on the top and the bottom here. I'm not going inside here or on the bottom here. Okay, so let's do the other side. This is so cute, and it's fun too, just a different craft to do. I thought it would be nice to do something different. And since I was going to decorate this for my granddaughter anyway, I thought, well, hey, why not just go ahead and do a live? Maybe somebody else wants to do this and they like the idea. Okay, so there's some indentations here for the same thing, so I'm going to go ahead and put some more leather there. And I'm going to take it all the way down to the edge, right there where it closes. I'm just going to go part way down so my glue doesn't dry. And then continuing on to the bottom of the lid, and then I'll cut that off. And then we'll get the side here. Right there. We'll go ahead and trim that up. Now we only have one more piece to do. What do you think, guys? I'm loving this. It's so cute. And to think, you know, it was only $1 from the Dollar Tree. I had this. I had the leather. So, you know, it only cost me $1 and some time. It's already had the paints too. So let's continue on and finish this up. It's so cute. Okay, I just want to cut this off. I'll see if this is long enough for this. No, not quite. It's just a tad too short. So I'm going to go ahead and put my glue here. And now I'm going to cut this off. Nope, come back here. Alrighty, so this is what we have. It's so cute. So I think my granddaughter's gonna love it, and Barbie's gonna love it. I need to, well, it's on there, good. So here's our trunk. Isn't that cute? Has cupcakes on the top, hearts on the side, and of course it closes. Not sure what Barbie's gonna put in there. Maybe some clothes, maybe her shoes. She has a lot of shoes, don't we all? Well, women anyway, mostly. Okay, so this is it. And if you like what you see, please do this on Facebook and or YouTube. I would appreciate it. And I will see you next time. But in the meantime, keep crafting. Bye.